Welcome to the Talking Shh podcast. That's right. We'll be talking about music, albums, live shows, bands we love, bands not so much. Again, we're talking shh. Join me, Scott Nokon, and Stephen James. Hey guys, we are back. This is episode 39,
Wow.
Stephen.
Wow.
Yeah, so things are humming along, and before we hit record, which is actually probably a good thing, we were kind of I can't say that's not fair. I was encountering some technical issues. I thought I upgraded my camera, but it didn't really work the way I wanted to. I had some new lights kind of, on my left and right, which can't be seen. So, how's that for a little bit of a, trying to roll in something new? Because I've been saying, and you guys have been listening and watching, and this is talking shh. So we always do that first, right, Stephen?
Yes.
But I wanted to upgrade the camera, but it's okay. I'll play around with it, the camera that is, and make sure it's all dialed in. So as part of our new and improved, or not, we'll see how it is. We wanted to kind of jump right in, and this is something that's fun, Stephen. The news is the Black Sabbath final show, July 5th, Villa Park, Birmingham. And to be clear, because I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, just outside, it's not Birmingham, Alabama. It's in England.
Yeah, don't get it confused.
Yeah, as soon as that came up, it's like, oh shit, that's just like 2 hours down the road.
I was already picking tickets to go fly there.
Yeah. So it's a little further east,
across the pond.
Tickets go on sale. We are recording here just about a week into February, and we're also working on getting these out in a much quicker span, Stephen. So if we're talking on a Friday evening, this will be up live, recorded live, but available.
Perhaps we may toy around with doing live shows.
Yeah, we will.
Which would be cool.
I think, yeah. So that way you can get all of us in our angst and glory after a long but productive week. Long week. I've done a lot of travel. Yeah, it was busy. I get back on a plane. Pardon me, I need a beverage here, Steve.
You do your thing, because I get it.
I get back on a plane on Sunday.
Wow.
And then I'm back, and then I fly again on Friday. But I'm going your way. I'm going west on Friday. So we'll have to connect. I got about a week out there. So
absolutely.
So in that, as we reel it all back in, called Back to the Beginning, Geezer Butler, TonyIommi, Ozzy Osbourne, Bill Ward, Saturday, July 5th in Villa Park, Birmingham, where I think all of them are huge soccer fans, all of them, but definitely Geezer Butler. I read his book, and he would go to games as matches, I guess would be the appropriate term, matches as a young lad. So anyway, kind of cool.
I do also, real quick, wow, I'm having a brain fart. Steve Harris from Iron Maiden is huge into football as well.
Yeah. And I think it's the same team, right?
It might be.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It might be.
So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. The whole idea behind it is that we talked about, and of course, because we put it out in the universe. Yeah. And I was looking.
So wild.
So there's a reel which actually has gotten some more plays since this announcement happened. Not massive, not thousands, in the tens, but still, but still, because in that it talked about Black Sabbath. It talked about, I guess you can call it a reunion, right? It's been many years since they last played.
20, probably?
Yeah, 20 years.
20 years?
With this lineup, definitely. With Bill Ward. And we talked. So here's the funny thing. It was the middle of May back in 2024. So let's go way back. Let's just go way back.
Backtrack.
And we were talking about, Stephen and Scott, we were talking about if certain bands would play, and we talked about Black Sabbath, if they would come out, it would have to be come out and play a show. It would have to be the original lineup. If you're going to
Yes.
do it one last time, do the original lineup. And I specifically, because again, Bill Ward hasn't been with him for a number of years, it
Right.
has to be as the aforementioned Geezer Butler, Tony Iommi, Ozzy
Yep.
Osbourne, and Bill
Ozzy.
Ward. And here we are. Here we are.
It blows me away.
The news came out. So not just in that Sabbath is playing, but let me run through these
Yeah,
bands
dude,
and
this is
artists because
insane.
yeah, and there's so many on
and
here.
I hope that they put this out as a pay-per-view type thing, stream it, because I mean, that would even, not that it's about money, but the people that can't go see that, I
Yes,
want to see that. I don't have the
100%.
money to fly to England, so I
Yeah,
apologize to interrupt. Go ahead for it.
no, no, no,
Listen to
you're
this
good.
lineup. This is fucking insane.
All right, so Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm going to comment, and Steven and I will comment as soon as I
Yeah,
run through this lineup.
yeah.
So Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica,
Jesus.
Slayer, Pantera, Gojira,
What?
recently Grammy Award winning Gojira, Alice
Absolutely.
in Chains,
Wow.
Hailstorm, Lamb of God, Anthrax,
Fuck.
Mastodon. Nope, there's more.
Yeah. It
Additional
keeps going.
performances from Billy Corgan, Smashing
Oops, sorry,
Pumpkins,
I burped.
David Draymond, Disturbed, Duff McKagan, Fred Durst, Limp Bizkit, Lizzie Hale, though she's in
Hailstorm.
Hailstorm, but I guess as a solo as well. This is
Interesting.
awesome. Jakey Lee,
Yeah.
Jakey Lee, Jonathan Davis from Korn,
KK.
KK Downing, Mike Borden from Faith No More, who has played with Sabbath and Ozzy,
Yep.
Papa from Ghost,
Yep.
Rudy Sarzo, who played
See?
with Ozzy, Sammy
Yep.
Hagar, Slash, Sleep
Sleep
Token
Token.
One, who is the drummer, right? Is he
Yeah.
the drummer one?
Sleep. I think it's Sleep Token 2. Yeah, he's the
Oh,
drummer.
yes.
Which
Sorry.
two?
It's this, the numbers.
Yeah.
Tom Morello and Wolfgang Van Halen. And there's probably more. There's probably more. So in that, and let me get this out, then Stephen, jump in here. So
Absolutely.
not only do you have and the
This
set
is
is to
crazy.
be determined, right? The actual the order I think is probably going to follow what I just went through and where they
Yeah,
mix
and
in.
build back up.
Yeah, that set of artists, is going to be guest spots for sure. Duff McKagan played with Ozzy on a solo record. So would he come in there and do some of those songs as part of the Ozzy set? There's an Ozzy set and there's a Sabbath set.
Yeah.
Now it's been talked about. So, as under the Talking banner, this is more
Yes.
in support of, but some folks out there in the interwebs have been talking since this was announced on a Wednesday, and here we are on Friday. This isn't going to happen. It's just going to be what happened with Power Trip, and Ozzy's going to pull out. It's all Sharon's fault. Well, I'm taking the
Hmm.
position of F off. I
Yeah.
think it will. Ozzy isn't really able to walk anymore.
He's going to be sitting in the Dave Grohl chair when he broke his leg,
Exactly. He'll be
which
in a
is fine.
throne. He'll be in a
Whatever. I
throne.
could care less.
What I've heard is that his voice, top notch, might be a bit too much,
Yeah.
but he is good. He is strong. He can
Yep.
sing.
Yep.
So while he didn't sing at all, by design is scheduled, and there's probably other factors, and maybe he wasn't really back to it for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when he was inducted over the summertime,
Yeah.
Stephen.
Yep.
An Ozzy set, even if it's a few songs, a Black Sabbath set, and then all those other bands again with the accompanying musicians, and maybe there's some help locally, maybe on some of it.
Yeah.
It's all good. So
Yeah.
I kind of got that out of my system. I'm going to go into it a little bit more, but Stephen, when you heard that, what was your first feelings and kind of now processing it over the last couple of days?
Well, there was two things that happened. Was the first thing I thought of is Ozzy's with his neurological and all the unfortunate surgeries he's had, which was due to a ATV accident of all things years ago. I thought it reminded me of when Dave Grohl fell off the stage and broke his leg, and he still continued to play even that night. I
Yeah,
guess they had an EMT hold his leg up, and he's like, let me still give the people what they want to see. So the rest of it, and I did go see a show with him in that chair. So
yeah,
that's the second part that I thought of was this is almost the big four, right? We're
Yeah.
minus one band of being the big four, which is Megadeth, which I thought, and I think I texted you last night, it would be interesting if they get added on, which would make this pinnacle, most amazing heavy metal reunion show. And again, all the special guests, I don't know how they're going to pull off all those bands if they're going to do one or two songs. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't care. I just thought it was the most brilliant thing because as we talked about it last year, bands that should and should not reunite, and Black Sabbath was what we talked about.
Absolutely.
So just I just was blown away when you sent that to me. I was like,
yeah,
hell yeah. So
yeah,
cool.
Totally.
Cool.
Yeah, again, the just putting it out there in the universe
yes.
and others clearly have been discussing it. But you know, cool. In that, right, to your point on Megadeth, and you know, what you know, I guess I would say I would just me selfishly, I would drop Hailstorm and put in Megadeth.
Me too.
You know,
me too.
So yeah, would you get the big four and the final Sabbath show, and all those bands clearly have been influenced, if not every metal hard rock band in the history has been influenced by Sabbath.
Fuck yeah.
So when I saw that, I immediately went to, all right, dates. So there's a big life event happening the week after that. So my son's getting married, so that we'll be in Southern California, and you will be there, Stephen. So,
I will be there.
You know, and we will partake in 1 or 20. Well, actually, I'll keep it relatively sane.
As we get older, we don't want to be.
I think I'll stop at 3. But either way, I'm like, hey, I could go and I could come back like on the 7th. So I'm kind of talking a little bit, but on the 14th, when tickets go on sale on Valentine's Day, I'm going to log in, and if they're $12,000, then I'll just drop out. I'm thinking that $500, because in this, this is for charity. So, do you need to gouge everyone? No, and I also think it's just I choose to believe this in the spirit of it, and then all right here at the very bottom, mind you, profits, and it takes money to put on a show of this magnitude. Sure. So profits will be donated equally to the following charities: Cure Parkinson's, Birmingham Children's.
Ozzy has Parkinson's.
Yeah, Birmingham Children's Hospital.
Right.
Acorn Children's Hospice.
Ah, good.
A children's hospice supported by Aston Villa, who is the soccer team.
Yes.
Aston Villa, who plays in Villa Park. And there will also be, and you mentioned earlier, Stephen, Steve Harrison in Maiden, they had the Iron Maiden Aston Villa jerseys.
Yeah, and they still sell them on their fan page.
They'll have Black Sabbath ones. So you know,
absolutely.
I guess worst case, put it out there. If the stars don't align in what is the biggest, set out to be the biggest, best to be determined, but as far as just set out to be the biggest metal show of all time, if I can't be in attendance, I will support in any way I can.
Sure.
What you talked about, and this is almost, there's no way they can't do a pay-per-view, right?
They have to.
Yeah, it's like
they have to.
I'm sure maybe it's coming together. Again, there's going to be, it's a huge production, but I will say, I'll just put it out there. I do not know who produced the festival out in California, and help me out, Stephen, and we wouldn't
Cal Jam. There was
this is the one every year, Coachella. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, Coachella. Yeah.
What's that name? What does it look like? Coachella. And after we've talked about this, they, multiple stages plus the tents and other things. And I've never been to Coachella, but I've been to Coachella, but I've been to the country one.
That's one. I'm sorry. That's one I went to. Stagecoach.
Produced, and they're produced by Golden Voice, right?
Yes.
which they've come a long way. Obviously, back in the day, all they did was punk shows, and now they're,
Right.
the preeminent, promoter. But whomever would be in England for this show, again, who put on my point, who put on that the Coachella, I almost forgot the name again, the Coachella performance.
Coachella.
They had multiple channels on YouTube, and you just clicked on which one you wanted, and
Exactly.
it was an it was awesome. It was
Yeah.
pristine. It was professional. Do
That
that,
sound was
and
good.
that wasn't, that was free. Other than having YouTube TV, well, you need YouTube TV. Just on YouTube, you didn't need to pay for anything. So
No.
clearly, they could sell sponsorships. And again, everybody needs to make a little bit of money and cover cost. But I'm just putting it again. We put out
I'd pay.
Black Sabbath should get back together with the original lineup. So here we are. It's now
One
happening
show.
July 5th.
Ah,
Should that same organization, that same production crew that does Coachella and puts it on YouTube, go out there and produce this show? Yeah,
I'm
because it's
willing to
quality.
bet. I mean, I'm willing to bet it would
Apple TV, somebody,
somebody, yeah. I mean, because
we're Steve Wozniak these days. He's not
yeah,
Apple anymore, but come on.
the amount of people that want to see this in the United States or even around the world that
Yeah,
can't go to England, if
yeah,
I had the money, I would be doing that. It's not in my stars right now, but I would pay, whatever they would charge to see this on pay-per-view or
yeah.
pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it. I would absolutely, and buy merch. Be like, hey, yeah, let me get that Ozzy Osbourne. The fact that it's not only Black Sabbath, but it's Ozzy, so he's going to be doing two
Mhm.
sets, which is totally fucking cool.
Yeah, it's
Um,
awesome. And
uh,
back to the beginning. That's the
yeah,
name. So
back to the
right there,
beginning.
you can, and there should be, let's just put it out there. Should they do an entire, and again, it could be on any channel. I don't care.
Yeah,
But
right.
maybe Disney Plus. How about that?
Hey, they've
Disney
done a few
Plus,
that's been a little
Ozzy,
controversial.
yeah.
So
But you do a back to the beginning,
yeah,
a documentary, right?
right.
How was
Yeah,
this formed? And they could put it
sure.
all together from when it was discussed originally as an idea, when they did the press conference a couple of days ago, leading up to it, the rehearsals, the coordination,
I didn't even
the
see that.
the day of, like that would be cool, you
Yeah.
know. Um, so I think we're just, if anything, I think we're making it easy for them, right, Stephen? We're like, here's how you promote something, which again, proceeds go to charity. So clearly, the of sound mind and body individuals will come together and they'll structure this in a way that will go down as, could this be the biggest
I
broadcast event, music wise? Let's
absolutely.
not get crazy, but music wise,
I think it
broadcast event
is.
ever.
I think it is because think about it. How many bands that's on that lineup that you mentioned went and said, I want to play on that bill?
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
Metallica is obviously going to be the front runner because they're just the freaking biggest band in the world right now.
Yeah.
But of the others like Anthrax, that just Gojira for fucking sake. I mean,
Slayer
and
Slayer's
that they
done,
were
right?
planning to do another show, but they said, yeah, we'll do this one too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, think about and you've said this many a times, Ozzy and Black Sabbath have been the quintessential uh, band that has created these other bands that said, "Oh, I want to play music like that." And even
Yeah.
when you listen to the older stuff, hit my mic. Even when you listen to the older stuff, you're like, "Oh yeah, I get it. Oh, I can see why they wanted to do that." And the bands that are on that list are going, yeah, count me in.
Yeah.
They probably just
Absolutely.
want to do it just to do it. They probably could give a shit if they get paid for it.
Right. And in that, again, there's going to be, I'll speak for all of them, and certainly the ones on the the top line. Again, Sabbath, Ozzy, Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Gojira,
Yeah,
Alice in Chains, Hailstorm, Lamb of God, Anthrax, Mastodon. Yeah, there's obviously some very wealthy individuals within those groups. There's others that aren't crazy rich, but they've had, you know a 20, 25 plus 30-year career, and they're able to get over, to get on a plane, to get in England, to set up and play music, all for the appreciation and for the benefit of just
Godfather.
celebrating Sabbath, right?
The Godfather.
Yeah.
Ozzy's Godfather.
So in
So
that,
awesome.
to me, it's one of those things where um, it's pretty incredible. I think to talk about it back in May, to hear some more rumors, and I had to do a double take,
I
and
did
then I
too
was
when you sent
flipping
me that.
through. Like people are like on X, Twitter. Keep with Twitter. Is this real? No, this can't be real. Wait, is it? Yeah, wait, that's the date, and there's going to be more information. And again, I haven't seen any more information, any details yet on other than tickets are on sale Friday.
That's gonna sell out so fast.
Yeah, what time is it? So Friday, 10 a.m. Live Nation. Okay, so it's Live Nation UK. So Ticketmaster UK. So okay, fine. Uh, get there, and if you're sitting in a queue, hold the tickets and buy the tickets if you're a fan. The secondary market's going to blow up. I get it. That's
I
why
hate
I'm
that.
going to make an attempt, and again, to see what they are. Then I guess I'll have to commit to it, right, Stephen? And I'm not trying to be like an ass when I
No,
say that.
no.
If the tickets are there, I might hit that, and then I've already made a comment, downstairs. It's like
You're closer to the pond than I am,
I go,
so
I'm gonna go to that. I'm gonna jump, and even if I go there and come back a day later, which it would be a quick turn, for
hey,
sure.
you'd be a zombie from
Yeah, but
that's a
but
long,
again,
it's
I
an
have to.
8 hour flight.
Yeah, but I have to get back.
Yeah.
So in that,
So if I could, I
and
would.
here's the thing: if I do, then I could do live reports from the
Hell
grounds
yeah.
at Villa Park in Birmingham.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be so awesome.
So we'll see. So we're going to check in an episode or two, because by then tickets go on sale a week from today. Today's the 7th, right? So a week from today, um, we'll comment on that. Stephen, I'll be in your neck of the woods when the tickets go on sale. So you'll know if I get it. I'm just going to like flash a picture,
Yeah.
and then we'll just have to. And then, okay, in this case, this is how it works, guys. Go out to 99WNRR.com and buy a T-shirt
Hell yeah.
and a beer stein and a coffee cup and a sweatshirt and anything else, and then a portion of that will go towards the tickets and the travel. How's that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Help us out. Help Scott out because he's closer.
So we'll
If
see.
I could go, if I could go, I mean, look, we all want to. I was on somebody's live podcast earlier, and a handful of people were going, "Hey, how about that Ozzy Osbourne reunion thing with Black Sabbath?" I mean, so it's around even
Oh,
in
absolutely.
England, and I thought about if I could do it, I would. Unfortunately, I've got commitments with work and things that come up, but I would,
Yeah.
if I could, I would say, guess what? I'm not going to be available. I'm going to go see this most amazing. I mean, I just can't imagine. I can't imagine how amazing this is going to be.
Yeah. So we'll see. At the
Yeah.
very least, there'll be a pay-per-view. There'll be some way to connect and check it out. And again, if everything kind of comes together, then we'll do a report from there. We'll see. Either way. Kind
I
of
just want to read. Yeah, I just want to read some.
about it,
Yeah,
but yeah,
exactly. I just want to
we'll
read
see.
something I saw about it. It's on February 5th. It was announced the heavy metal organization originators founding lineup of will reunite one last show this summer following their retirement back in 27. I don't have my glasses on, so excuse my.
No.
It's a little bit blurry. The one day Back to the Beginning event will feature the final solo performances from the frontman Ozzy Osbourne, plus a support bill that includes a who's who of hard rock royalty, which Scott mentioned the amount of killer lineup. There's a few that I would pluck out, but that's okay. I'm not going to talk about that. I can talk about it if all I want.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As the metal world gears up for what could be the defining gig of this generation, we've prepared the essential Q&A so you know everything you need to know about the extravaganza, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, leave a comment below when you watch this. Like I said, we're going to get this posted pretty quick.
Yeah.
And again, let us know your comments around the lineup. Certainly, and please have an opinion. Will it even happen? I think it will.
Oh, of course.
I don't think this is just a bait and switch. It's going to come together. That's only a couple months away, so there's going to be a lot of prep and ramp up to it. But again, we thought we wanted to get on the air and talk about this. It's something that is not breaking news, but definitely happened within the last 48 hours. So leave a comment. Let us know what you think, and we'll keep following along as this story develops. And until
and one last comment from Ozzy. He said on a podcast last year, Madhouse Chronicles, that Sabbath's career felt unfinished because they didn't bow out with Ward behind the kit.
Mm-hmm.
He called for a true original lineup reunion, and Iommi, Butler, and even Ward all expressed interest in the idea following the weeks. The comeback finally became official. I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
With Back to the Beginnings announced in February 2025, which we're in right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome.
Amazing.
So it was one of those things that needed to happen.
Absolutely.
So
Queen's Rex
on the lookout for it. Yeah, right. Who knows? Hey, anything's going to happen. But for now, guys, this is it for this week, episode 39. As always,
appreciate you guys.
Yeah, check us out again on YouTube, on Spotify, anywhere you can stream podcast. Again, you can pick up merchandise at 99WNRR.com, and check out Wheely Q at wheelyq.com, WHEELYQ, for some great rubs and barbecue sauce.
Please help them out.
Again, follow us on the socials. Facebook, no, not there. TikTok, still around for a little while.
Seems like that
Instagram, there's stuff over on Twitter, on X. So
and the new one. What's the new one?
I don't know. I'm not I'm on that.
We're on there. It's called Threads.
Oh, Threads. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Threads, we're on that. And as I always do, like to plug Scott's radio show on Tuesdays. I know he's been traveling, so he hasn't been able to do it for a week or two. But Scott does a radio show on 99 WNR on Tuesdays, which starts at, I can never get the time right because he's 2 hours ahead of me.
6 Central. Yeah.
6 Central.
Yeah.
So check it out because it is a tremendously amazing show. I always tune in, whether I'm driving or I'm in the kitchen cooking. It's always on. Please check it out. You guys will you guys will love this. This is such a great metal show.
No, appreciate it, Stephen.
Absolutely.
All right. So guys, until next time, see ya.
See ya.
Thanks again for tuning in to the show. We'll be back every week with a brand new episode. Make sure you check us out on Instagram at Talking Show, and also listen on Spotify or wherever you can stream a podcast. See ya.